I thought I'd do a completely random kind of chat. Not set anything up. I've only just got in. No thumbnail or anything. And yeah, haven't set anything up. So I'm going in and sort of setting it up as I speak. Hopefully the sound is okay. And let's have a look. Have I set everything up fine? Probably won't get anyone in. Someone's got to come in to tell me I'm doing it right. And I just wanted to find out how people are getting on like over Christmas. Look at that, I'm a bit out of focus as well. Bits of splodge all over my jumper. Hello, JJ. Oh, you can hear me loud and clear. Well, that's good to know. That's good to know. We might get some other people in. You never know. I've kind of like put my link out there, thinking of linking. Yeah, you always get people in, but I've actually like put out a little link, and I might have to talk to someone live. Imagine that. It'd be horrendous, wouldn't it? I have not done that in a while. Well, I hope you're all having a good afternoon. I mean, Christmas really feels like it's coming. Hello, Aaron. Good to see you. You always get people in. Yeah, Jeff's in. How's your days been? Let's see how you're doing rather than how I'm doing. Julie, good to see you. Babs, still in your attic. The vintage attic. Let me know how it goes. Sales are good. Brooke, currently chasing Hermes for next day delivery. Yeah, they'd never do that, would they? They're never going to do it next day. I don't do a lot of Hermes stuff now. I had to send one Hermes today, but just because it was a vintage Cluedo, so it was large but light. My heavy stuff over 2K, I tend to do UPS. It's only about 11p more, and it's next day delivery with bigger insurance. Tam and Bell sell. I've got an exclusive. I'm thinking of changing the name of the channel. I've got an option in my head, which I told Liz earlier, and she went, hey. But anything's better than the vinegar jar, isn't it? Anything's. I think it's kind of like reached its ceiling for getting people to sub. Everybody thinks it's about vinegar. JJ's stuck in the house with COVID. Yeah, the Omicron. Are the numbers out yet? Not Pete's Pantries. More like Pete's Pants. Well, I had a great day on eBay yesterday. My word. I was going to do a video all about it, but then I was just so busy. I had such a good day, didn't have time. What with the packing and everything. I've still got lots of packing to do. I've run out of wine boxes, which is my staple go-to. I did a smidgen under £500. Now, of course, turnover doesn't mean diddly squat, and I always say that, but I'd rather have 500 than 5, so it can't be bad at all. Pete's Profits. Yeah, I've thought about the name Pete does lend itself to sort of like pick a Pete the Pratt, Pete the whatever, but yeah, it's I'll have a think. I've got a few options, I think. But I think vinegar jar has had it, really. I've been really quite fed up with not getting many views or subs. And I thought, well, what I need to do is maybe pick a better name for the channel and put some decent content out there. I mean, it seems obvious, really. Some lovely, exciting content. Aaron, Bolo. I bought a baby Brezza formula machine. I bought some baby stuff when I did more RA. What was it? Tommy Tippy stuff. It was on sale in Sainsbury's, 70% off or something. And then it was one of those where you realise it's always on 70% off. Yeah, what a week. Yeah, it's non-stop orders. You sold it for 120. That is a nice one. I assume that was bought in not in a shop. Excuse me, it's not gin and tonic, it's Panadol. You believe that? I've just got in from the school pickup, and there were wranglings in the car, if you know what I mean. Well, that is amazing. What does a Brezza formula machine do? I imagine it heats it up. What else would a formula machine do for baby formula? Is it just sort of instead of a microwave? Let me know, Aaron. Hello, Bills and Moon. Good to see you. So, yeah, I've just come on. You know, I thought, well, I'll come on for maybe half an hour. I've sent my link out. Probably be ignored. So you probably have just got me for half an hour. And, yeah, it has been quite mad, the sales. Best I've done. I mean, consistently since the pandemic, it has been consistently good, but it seems to have ramped up a gear. And I remember someone saying on my stream that, you know, really you reach a tipping point with eBay. And I kind of think that's true. Although from experience, obviously, I know that I'm doing really well now. Like, I'm just like, this is brilliant. Maybe double what I was doing a couple of months ago. But come February, I might be doing less than half. You know, I'm on the roller coaster and I'm up here, and I'm can well see that it's going to go like that. But that's just my pessimistic, you know, nature. It makes perfect drinking temperature. It makes a bottle perfect drinking temperature. Yes. Stick a bottle of booze in there. A bottle of bud for a warm bud. What else has been going on in the reseller world? Now, you guys probably watch a lot more YouTube than me, but one thing I do know is what news is there? Faye and Simon, F&S resellers, now known as Married to Reselling, did reach their 1,000 subscribers, which was fantastic news. They put out really good content. So I banged on about them for, you know, God knows how long. So I'm really glad that they've reached their 1,000. Richard Knightslife had some unfortunate news the other day. He got burgled, which is like really crap, isn't it? I mean, I think everyone's probably heard that. Now, who was it? Someone set up a GoFundMe page, and feel free to put. I don't know who's a spanner, or if I've got one in. Maybe I should make someone a spanner. How do I do it? I've not got a Scooby-Doo. Let's have a look. Here's me, Reseller Chat. Here we go. Oh, Richard's a spanner. Yeah, so there is a GoFundMe. I think, who was it who set that up? Robin. I'm going to get the name wrong. Was it Erms? But yeah, check him out. I'll just drop him a note and say, hope you're all right, Richard. You know, always good. Hello, Mark. Random live today, just to keep everybody on their toes. Talking about keeping people on their toes, I was sitting at home yesterday expecting a man to turn up and pick up a JVC boombox. Who rocks up? Only Lee. Lee in the chat. It's unbelievable. Whole family went crazy. So I had a good chat with him. He had a car full of, like, well, I don't know whether he'd like me to say. I'm going to tell you anyway. Furniture, nice looking brownie furniture, bag full of Marvel comics, first appearance of War Machine, no less. Go and check it out on his Insta at the Retro Pursuit, and a lovely looking boxed Game Boy, which looks very nice indeed. So there we go. I'm spilling all of Lee's secrets of what he got in his secret stash. Well, he's already put it on Instagram anyway, so it's not really a secret. Thank you, Richard. Yes, Night's Life, Richard. He's had crappiest year in the world. You know, we've all had crap years. He's had a hell of a one. Yeah, a couple of days ago, someone broke into, and I think they have taken his car key, so he has to get his car key reprogrammed. It's all a bit of a pain. So yeah, if you want to go and check that out, do check it out. I had no idea. I think Kath said to share the link, and I've had no idea how to do that because I'm not really like too hot on my socials. But there you go. Like I say, I've got absolutely no clue what to talk about. I'm still kind of listing stuff around, but I have taken my foot off the pedal with listing. But sales are still going through. Like I say, it was almost, it may well have been £500 yesterday, which is just ridiculous. But today, about 30. So, you know, that's the way it goes, isn't it? That's just the way it goes. But let me know what you're selling. I started one yesterday. Was one of those days. I woke up and there was like 150 there. Normally, when that happens, you know, I get a big sale like that in the morning. I think, oh, fantastic! Here we're going to go. It's all going to kick off, and then nothing happens for the rest of the day. It's like tumbleweed. But yeah, sales just kept coming through, and then I was playing Fortnite last night with Tom English Flipper and Lucy and Pete, and 175 camcorder, bam, and I was like, jeepers creepers. If only every day was like this. What else sold? I'll let you know what else sold. Let me just sort out my chat a bit more because I've only got one screen open, so I'll sort that out. I had someone else who bought something who is obviously getting in a bit of a state about when it's going to arrive, and said, hang on, I need to just put me 2 screens up, extend. Okay. Back in the room. The Retro Pursuit. Yeah, he was banging on about it. I bought this 2 days ago. Are you going to? Why has it not been dispatched? And my standard thing is because I'm on 3-day dispatch. Nobody ever queries it, but thanks, Double Karma. Things like that always like totally freak me out. So yeah, they said 3-day dispatch. When's it going to be sent? And I said, oh, yeah, my normal one is, oh, sorry about that. I had to put it on 3-day dispatch because I'm away for a few days. Failing to mention that I'm always on 3-day dispatch. A reseller appeal. Yes, thanks, Double Karma. I hope you're well. Hope you're having a good Christmas. Yeah, if you can spare anything, go and go to the GoFundMe that Richard's put in the chat there. I don't know if I can post it as well. Here it is. Oh, I can show it. Help Rich after burglary. Yeah. Poor old Richard. Feel sorry for him. He's down in Littlehampton. And I felt like driving down to see him and just, you know, sorting him out. Evening Sir Pete. Oh, that seems to be spreading. Shredding. Perhaps it's this gin. So now I've got 2 screens on. Let's see if I can tell you what sold in a £500 day. That'd be interesting, wouldn't it? What's a £500 day on eBay look like? I might get interrupted. There's kids like going crazy in the back. Oh, managed to eke out another bit of feedback. Vintage Goodman's arrived safely. Fantastic. Okay, that's all good news. Love to get the good feedback. Okay, so woke up yesterday morning. And what did I sell? I sold. I need to go into orders. I'll try and show you these as well. Right. I sold. The first thing I sold was like a model thing, which I've had for a long time, and it's so I've been trying to get 150 for it. I got 142, so that was my like woke up in the morning and like bam, I'm in straight away. Then I sold this, which I listed not too long ago, and it's a bloke in Greece. Let me show you. Share screen. It's a vintage Barbarian for the Spectrum with poster. I saw someone sold the poster for. We've got. There we go. There's the poster. Click to enlarge. It's just, what can you say? It's Wolf from Gladiator. Yes, it is. Someone sold the poster for 30 quid. So I kind of thought, well, I should be all right putting it for 50 quid. 20 quid for the game. It's quite a reasonably sought after game. In the end, had a few offers in. Went for 42, I think. 41.99 plus postage. Gone GSP to Greece. Someone in Greece is going to have a lovely Maria Whittaker and Wolf poster. Can't argue with that. So that took it up to around about 200 in very quickly. And then what else sold? An AC Milan top. This has been kicking around for ages. How much did this sell for? This went on an offer. It's quite weird doing sales from one day. So this went for 25 quid, and I've had offers for a long time. Oh, let me just add Derek in the chat. Hello, mate. How you doing?
Hello. How are you?
Not too bad. A bit busy with sales. How's your sales?
Yeah, quite good really. I've been catching up after the meetup, being away. So
Right, yeah.
Packing like crazy. Yesterday it was like
it's nuts, isn't it?
Pack.
You have 2 days off, and it just like completely can put you out of where you want to be.
Yeah, well, I was away Thursday till I came back on Tuesday.
Oh right.
So I was, there was stuff that should have really gone out on Monday.
Yeah.
So I actually ended up posting them on Tuesday when I got back.
Well, I had one like that today, and I was kind of like thinking, well, if I print the label today and then send it tomorrow, will that be all right? And in the end, I ended up taking it down. I was like, oh god.
Yeah, well, it was only 3 parcels, and one of them was Parcel Force that went 24 anyway. So
was that like a big parcel? Yeah.
Yeah, CRT TV. So I actually did that on the Wednesday because it will get there.
That's one of the only things that I've sent that got broken. I sent a CRT TV. I think I sent it using DPD or something, and I thought I packed it well, but obviously not, and it got smashed. 150. It was 150 quid sale. I was like, oh god, and I got him to send it back to me because it was one of those I don't quite believe it's got smashed. So it probably all in all cost about 170 quid, but it originally only cost me a £5. So, but it's still a pain though.
I mean, mine have always arrived without any damage apart from one. I always send them Parcel Force now. But one arrived with a crack on the top of it, just the plastic, but it did still work and stuff. So
yeah,
I think I gave the guy like 10 quid refund or something, which would have been cheaper than actually sending it back because I'd have to pay the postage.
Well, I had one the other day. Like it was a big it was £450 sale, and it had gone to China, and the guy messaged me, and there was something that, like an anomaly on it that I hadn't sort of spotted to do with the actual speakers in there. Right. And my first thought was, I don't want to get an iNAD. That was it. And so I kind of chatted with him, and sometimes there's a lot of people, a lot of resellers will sort of think, oh, I'm being scammed straight away as soon as you get a query on something. But sometimes you're not, and I wasn't there. He was a genuine guy who just had noticed something
You can
And
usually tell, can't you?
you
From
can tell, yeah. I mean, he was being reasonable with what he was asking, and like I say, I'd got a really good price anyway. I got probably £100 more than I thought I was going to get, and so when we were discussing it, it was fine. So yeah. Right, who else in the chat? I see Peter Ray's just turned up. How you doing, Peter? Good to see you. I know Peter's very busy. And EC Plays. I've had someone put in a return request 56 days after receiving the item. Is this valid? I don't think it was. I thought the limit on that was 30 days.
They'll still be able to open it, but you can decline it. So,
okay.
So
there
the
you
case
go.
can still be open, but yeah, I would just decline it.
And
bear in mind they can still leave feedback. So
well, I think the limit on feedback is 60 days. I'm pretty sure,
yeah, if you're very close to the 60 days, it might be worth waiting it out as long as possible.
Eke it out for like 4 days, and then
then
I don't want to give dodgy advice, but then just ignore him, and he might go. I mean, it is a difficult one. I remember I had one last year, which was for a what's that horse racing game, Escalado.
Oh yeah, I know the one.
And I'd sold it, and then the guy had obviously kept it for Christmas, and then when he opened it, apparently the horses weren't moving on the track because it wasn't sticky. And again, that was a genuine fault with the product, so I just refunded him. So, sometimes you have to sort of give a level of customer service, even though it's not nice to do.
I'm not looking forward to, after Christmas when they've played with their board games and all of that.
All the regret buys come through.
And they send them back.
Z's in. Good to see Z. How you doing? You busy? How's the shop? Let us know about that.
I was in the shop on Thursday.
Oh, right. Oh, of course.
I called in. I felt quite bad because he'd just sat down with a kebab, and it was all nice and hot, and we were.
You interrupted his kebab.
Well, it must have been chatting for like 20 minutes, half an hour, so it must have been cold when I'd left. So I apologise to Z if he had a cold kebab.
What those pies he gets from he has a pie shop down the road, and every time he talks about these, I think it's some meat pie he gets, it just makes me so hungry.
There's something quite a good shop opposite, I think. Stuff at. I was going to get something on the way because I was travelling right down south to Wolverhampton. To stay at my brother's, and I was going to call in at that shop, but it was quite late when I got to Z. It was about 7 o'clock or something.
Was he just? I think he's got like a running order, or he just goes in there and says the usual, and he gets his special pie.
Yeah.
Fantastic. Pete's just got back from Epsom. Oh, what have you been doing there? Going around the charity shops, maybe? Early local post office was shut. I've changed I had a great arrangement with my post office in Wallington. I used to go where I used to it wasn't exactly click and drop, but I'd take the bag and just have all the things written on a post-it note, all the postcodes. But they kind of stopped doing that. So I've just started taking it to like my local cost cutter who have a post office service, and because they're open till like 7 at night, just drop it in, and it's a real good way of doing it.
Yeah, all my post offices locally are just in little shops.
So it's just finding a good one, isn't it?
Well, at the moment, because I've got a bit of a backlog and I'm still catching up, because obviously things were selling every day. So when I got back, I posted the ones that were sort of had to be posted basically. But since then, obviously new orders have come in, so I'm constantly playing catch up at the moment, and I've got about 4 things to go parcel for. It's quite big things. Two CRT TVs, a big mirror, and I think it's an amplifier or a big receiver. So I tried to spread them between different post offices because they've only got like a little corner.
Yeah, they've only got a little bit of room.
And I sort of stack up all my parcels. It's going to take them all up.
So. Well, I mean, I'm stupid really because I kind of think, if I just knuckle down and packed all my things, because I'm on a 3-day dispatch. Like last night, I was packing, and I kind of thought, well, I could get clear for the rest of the week. Could get it all done, and I won't have to go to the post office. But I kind of get so sick of it. I just sort of got to the point where I've got today covered, And I'm like, oh, that'll do. But now I've got to do the same again today. So, I've probably got about, only about 7 or 8 things, but, I've got to get that done to go tomorrow.
I'm trying to get all mine sent straight away at the moment because the post is taking ages.
It's a thing to do, isn't it? I mean, even though I'm on the 3-day dispatch, I'm kind of like down there every day, and it makes sense to do that. Do you change your dispatch time at all or not?
I was going to, but last time I did that, because I send offers out, it doesn't update the ones I've sent offers out with.
Yeah.
And it makes copies of all the business policies. So
yeah.
I end up with loads and loads of different. It's just a mess basically after that.
So what are you on? What dispatch time do you have?
I think it's 3 days on some of them and 2 days on
the bigger on
easiest. It depends on the item. The 3 days are usually the bigger items that sometimes I need to get a box for and all that. And it's the worst time of year for me for boxes as well, because where I go, I get them out. They're outside when I pick them up. And if it's been
it could be wet. Yeah, I know exactly what you mean. So do you look for boxes on Facebook Marketplace?
I don't generally, mainly because I usually get them. I usually get enough. I don't need them. And I have a bit of a storage up in my loft as well with boxes. So I've got some, but I soon run through them if I don't.
Oh yeah, I know. It's 1 minute I've got loads, and then the next minute they all seem to have gone. It's just like crazy.
Yeah.
I had a few other people come in. Hello, Etty. Good to see you. And Richard is in. So good to see you, Richard. Hope you're okay. Really. Obviously, everyone said what's happening to you. So really, really crap. And like I said in my message, if there's anything I can do, just give us a shout. And you're saying you're feeling terrible about the GoFundMe. Richard, do not feel terrible about that, mate. Everybody is generous. That's just the way you are. You can't change it, mate. So yeah, it's just nobody would wish that on anyone. What's happened to you? So
that's one of my biggest fears in life, really, having somebody come in.
That's awful. It is awful, and it made me think when I went to bed last night. I was like, "Oh my god!" But yeah, absolutely, terrible what happened to Richard. So, mate, do not feel bad about anything. It's you just try and I say try and cheer up, but it can't be easy. But just know that there's people who around who are looking out for you. How many things do you think you are sort of like dispatching every day then, Derek? Is it over 10 or
probably around 10?
Yeah.
It's pretty been consistent all through.
Mine's been really consistent.
Yeah, I mean, I haven't been listing so much as I really should have done the last few weeks. So
well, I'm exactly the same. I kind of like thought, well, I know a few people who have taken their stores off, altogether. I thought, well, I won't do that, but I'll just calm down on my listing. I normally do between like 5 and 10 a day and try and do that consistently. And I thought, if I have a day where I don't do it, that's fine. Yeah. And I thought it might ease up on the sales, but the sales, if anything, have been, going more and more. It's been bonkers, really.
Yeah, and a lot of them, luckily, since I've been back, have been quite small items that I can just quickly pack up and send off.
Yeah.
Because I've been playing catch up, like I said, all the time.
I'm going to put the link in the chat. I've never done this before. I'll probably end up with regretting it, but let's try and I'm going to put the link in here.
Oh, that's very dangerous.
That's brave, isn't it? Have I done it right? I remember Z did that once, and he he thought he had Bex coming on, and it wasn't quite that. That's one of the funniest things. Apart from him getting cramp, of course, that was one. I think there should be a Z highlights video. That would sell at Christmas. So if anyone wants to, Richard, if you want to come on for a chat. Do feel free to. I was saying the other day that I always mean to sort of like get Richard or James on, and then I never get around to it. I've been meaning to do more kind of chatting to resellers, but it's amazing how when I first had my channel, I think I did try to do one once a month, and then you just sort of like start not doing it. And before you know, like 6 months, like a year's gone, and you haven't had anyone on your channel. It's like it's really weird.
I don't think I've ever ever done like a live where I've sort of had other people on, sort of, and it's all been sort of scheduled for that?
I think you kind of have to get your head around it a bit, because when I first did it, my first one, I had Nick on, George Ross, and Tom English Picker on. I kind of went in quite, I thought I'll go in large, with those three.
Yeah.
And I kind of had this like, oh, how am I going to keep going for an hour? And I had all these questions, but they were so kind of natural at it that they just sort of like chatted, amongst themselves, and it just sort of flowed. But I suppose when I was doing it, you kind of feel like you've got a responsibility to sort of keep it going and ask good questions and that face. So yeah, it's quite tricky, especially when you've got people that who maybe you don't know that well. It's a hard thing to do.
I don't do that many lives really. I do that one where I'm taking the photos above my photo area.
Yeah.
People say they enjoy it, but I don't know why.
Well, doing my my listing like stream on a Monday, it's not really like how I list at all. Really, it's just a sort of kind of like jolt for me to start a bit of work and just sort of it's more like therapy. I think it's just sort of like come on and say what's happened in the week. But
I was watching your Atari soldering video the other day.
See, I did a live fix a while ago, and I'd never do like soldering live. I'd watch a couple. There's a guy called the Coder who's I think he's from Midlands actually, and he does live stuff. But yeah, that Atari, because that fix I did, it was actually it went really well. But now I need a composite mod on it, and they're really difficult to get in this country. You have to sort of, I thought they'd be pretty readily available, but I had a look on eBay and there's kind of one you can get, but it looks a bit crappy. And all the others are from, I think there's one from Italy and one from the States. So you're talking quite a bit of money. But I don't know. I do want to get I'd get them done because I've got 5 2600 Ataris just sitting around doing nothing at the moment. So, but there's a whole kind of like scene that are really into it, and there's all these, message boards and discussion boards, and I kind of like I'm a bit kind of because I'm not really into it. I feel that if I go on there, they'll all like take like, oh, what's he doing coming on here? And even though I know I love my Ataris because I used to have one, but I'm not really into it, and I'm not really knowledgeable about soldering. Do you know what I mean? It's a bit of a weird one. A little bit shy.
I'm not very good at soldering. I mean, I do solder a few things. Say if I've got a fix, I had a video recorder the other week that had been had the wire cut off right at the sort of the end of the machine, so I had to put a new power cable in, and I ended up soldering all that on.
Yeah,
I just don't like doing it.
It's just practice. But I mean, I think there's some practice is the only way you're going to get better. But Fix It for Reselling is a great channel who I watch, and he messaged me saying, I think there's sort of a few things that are good to know, and he says use loads and loads of flux because that'll make your solder flow. And I use like leaded flux. That unleaded flux is complete rubbish. So if you can get like stuff with rosin core flux as well, that's really good. And it's just knowing the temperature of your soldering iron and stuff like that.
My soldering iron doesn't have any of that. Mine came from the auctions.
Yeah, well, I used to do
oil.
You just plug it in and it's on the end. I used to have one like that, and then I was like, oh. But like, I was struggling with getting the solder off, which I always find a pain. And I think I might just buy a desoldering station, and because if you haven't got the right tools, it really is difficult.
Oh yeah.
I've got Happy Chap come in. So Happy Chap, that's Peter Stride, who's goes to my local boot fairs. He picked up a load of video recorders from Lee the other day, so hopefully he's happy with that. Been going through that. It was not Beck, says Z. No, that wasn't Beck on your video. Is that video still available on your channel, Z? Because I'd like to go back and have a laugh. If you should put together like a comedy reel, definitely. Right, what does Paul Muir? Paul's getting loads of people saying not delivered. Well, I know Royal Mail, I saw a post the other day on probably Facebook that they're saying that if people are sending second class now, it's probably not going to get there, until after Christmas.
Yeah, I've had quite a few of my parcels not arriving. I sent them the 8th and they haven't arrived, which worries me.
Well, I'm kind of packaging things that are obviously Christmas presents, and I'm like, well, I don't very much doubt it, but it's like that every year. It's kind of like, I don't think this is going to happen, really.
No, I just hope I don't get too many returns, because they've obviously don't want it anymore once, if they've missed the deadline and if had to buy it elsewhere or do something else, then
you have to be so careful with those returns, because I didn't really kind of worry too much if I got a return and it came back. But you do have to watch the INADs. If you can sort of manage, though, if you do get a return, if you can get it as a non-INAD, because if you get a certain amount of INADs, I think if it's over 10 and over a certain percentage,
I think it's all percentage based.
They compare you to your peers, don't they? It's in the
that's right.
Is it reseller metrics or something? But I know someone around here who there was an extra, I don't know how much it was, but it was some like small percentage extra put on his fees. But when he totted it up over the month, I think he had it for a month, because they review it every month. It's an extra 200 quid, because over this sort of like time as well, over Christmas, it's gonna really affect you.
Yeah.
But,
hopefully people are honest and they say that they've changed their minds. If it arrives too late, but it's within the correct time. They've just had false expectations. Yeah.
Well, if you're probably more likely to get, more returns at this time of year, aren't you? But I kind of like, what would I rather have? Like my metrics go through, and get more of a percentage or a negative. It's
yeah. I got a negative the other day. I managed to get it removed. He was complaining about something not being in the listing, even though I clearly stated it wasn't there.
Yeah, that's the sewing machine, isn't it?
Yeah, sewing machine. Yeah, and he said I was scary, apparently.
Right, let's sort out this.
Hey, Rich.
I don't think I've ever had 3 people. No, I have actually. Right, how you doing, Richard?
Yeah, I'm all right.
Go on, trying to keep chipper. Well,
I'm all right. Listen.
Things can only get better, as D. Reed
once
said.
I keep saying that, but I thought it was going to be a bad Christmas losing my brother, which obviously it is.
Yeah.
And that just finishes it off 10 days before you get someone coming in your house and while you're asleep, and the dogs didn't go mad. It was really strange. I don't know quite what happened.
Yeah.
But it's not a great end to a crap year.
Well, I think you're doing the right, with the you coming on yesterday and saying you're not going to do the Vlogmas. That's exactly the right thing to do, because that's a struggle, to do as it is, doing.
Vlogmas. I've been thinking about that as well, because I don't like letting things beat me, and obviously people have set up a GoFundMe, which I feel really bad about.
Don't feel bad about that, mate. Don't feel bad about
I know, but I do.
Yeah, no, it's fine. Look, it just shows that the amount of support.
I just feel bad because, it took every ounce. I lost. I gave up. But I feel like I gave up every ounce of dignity I had by asking for help with my brother's memorial. So,
nah, not at all.
It's just the community. Just is so
it blows your mind, doesn't it? It does blow your mind when I see all of the stuff that goes on, and when any time if Laney's doing a fundraiser or Nick's doing a fundraiser or someone just needs a chat or just to reach out to anyone else out there, and you kind of, I don't know, you might think, if you weren't into reselling, and you're thinking, oh well, there's all these people trying to make a profit, and you don't want to give secrets away and all that sort of thing. That they're going to be like a bunch of sharks who will do any other reseller over.
Yeah.
I mean, the complete opposite is true, isn't it? You know, and you know, I just see it like, you know, week after week, month after month. The community is, I mean, and I feel a bit cheesy saying it, but you can't deny that it's absolutely true. So, you know, it just you're saying you feel bad. You shouldn't feel bad because you can't stop what it is. You know, it's just an absolutely wonderful community.
It's just difficult for me because I like helping other people. So
yeah,
I'm on that side of the thing. I'm always helping people. So like taking help or getting help, it's not what I do. I don't like.
Well, that's your good karma coming back to you, isn't it? It's what goes around, come around. So, you know, and there'll be a time in the future when someone else is, you know, had a kick in the nuts, and you'll be there and you can help them. So that's
100%.
That's the only way you can look at it.
It's just difficult for me to accept help, and like I've been talking to Nick earlier and about it, and you know, yesterday obviously I've come on and I've done a video and I've said like, you know, that's it, Vlogmas is done.
Yeah.
But I've been thinking today, why should I let these people beat me? Why?
Well, I mean, what I'd say is, if I were you, you just get yourself comfortable. Don't feel like you have to do anything on your channel or whatever. And if you feel like doing it, you do it. If you don't feel like doing it, you know. It's like when I started my Vlogmas, and Vlogmas are hard. You know, I said right at the start, if I don't feel like doing it, you know, one day, I'm not going to do it, you know. And I've had a couple of days where I won't. I don't feel duty bound to sort of come on and do it. You got to look after yourself and your family first. And, you know, and if you're doing that, everybody understands that. So don't you worry about it, mate. Don't you worry about it. But like I say,
I just don't like being beaten by anyone. Do you know what I mean? And I was enjoying, and so I've had so many messages. I've had nearly 200 messages, I think, on that video, and it's like it's all support and people saying, you know, we love your Vlogmas and we love your corny jokes and all this. Not my corny jokes, Marks and Spencer's corny jokes, but you know, I'm just not one to let people beat me. And you know, thinking about it today and last night, and so yesterday it was just all up in air because, you know, obviously we come down and we didn't realise that anything had been stolen until my wife went to go to work and couldn't find her bag. But it was also my stepdaughter's 20th birthday. So so last night we had to go out into Hove and to a restaurant and like put on happy faces. So, you know, we're sort of soldiering on, but my wife's finding it really difficult because obviously, you know, now she's sort of saying that she wants to put the house on the market next year and move and everything, which is just horrible. It's horrible. I'm not scared that someone was in the house. I'm angry about it because I'm seeing the state of my wife. And like, you know, at the end of the day, it's my job to protect the house. I mean, the dog's a divvy. I should really take them out and shoot them because usually they go off at an ant. You'll hear an ant's fart. They'll hear an ant fart and they will be barking the house down. And little sods, they didn't stir. Or if they did, we didn't hear it. It's just a nightmare. But it's one of them things. It's one of them things. And like I said, there's people with worse things going on. I didn't think it could get any worse after losing my brother this year. And like obviously there's nothing that compares to that. Even if I'd have bumped into the burglars in the nothing compares to losing my brother. But I just thought that's got to be it. That's got to be it for this year. There can't be anything else. And there you go. 10 days.
I mean, like I say,
happy Christmas, you filthy animal. Do you know what I mean? It's like
sometimes you do get kicked in the nuts several times in a row, but you know, like I say, there will be times. You know, it will take you time to adjust and.
I haven't got any nuts anymore. I've got no nuts. They're crushed. They're like the little bits that they used to sprinkle on the ice creams. They're done.
But you know, you'll have better days. Like I say, it can't get much worse than where you are at the moment. You know, so. But you know, it must.
I've just got to crack on. I've just got to get on with it. At the end of the day, there's nothing you can do. There's no use letting it letting it spoil things. We've got to still try and make Christmas as good as we can make it. You know, we've still got my son here. We've got my stepdaughter home at the minute. Although she's just buggered off to Paris for 5 days, which is nice.
Yeah.
So yeah, just get on with it. Just get on with it. I'm not.
Don't let the buggers get you down, eh?
No, that's the thing. And Nick sent the thing. He said, "Don't let the bastards grind you down." And like that was Brian Blessed saying. So that's all. You know, he says that all the time. So you know, and I'm not gonna. Yesterday I was angry. I'm still angry, but like I'm thinking, I'm not letting these people like change what I do.
You can't let them beat you. You can't let them beat you. So.
No, I'm not that type of person. I'm not that type of person. So. You know, I think we just carry on. I've got
carry on. Enjoy Christmas and the New Year.
And I've got so many nice messages saying, you know, we look forward to the rubbish jokes and all that. So, you know, we'll see.
So you're thinking of coming on, maybe doing the odd video? I mean,
no. I mean, yesterday's video, obviously, you know, that's another thing. I don't want people thinking I put it up for sympathy or for help. No, because that's not why I've done it. I put it up. Because I do. I just tell everybody everything, and like I don't want to just go. I'm not doing Vlogmas anymore because it's just like I'm throwing my hands up in the air and just giving up for no reason.
I want to come across as a drama queen.
Yeah, exactly. I'll leave that to the rest of them.
No, I think people will totally understand if you don't want to come on until like the New Year, they'll understand that. Or
that's why I come on it. That's why I come on here, just because like I thought, just to see how I felt about it, and actually, it's making me feel more determined to just crack on and just get on as normal, because like there's no point, you know, it's 9 days till Christmas and it's like why let it upset everything? I might as well just carry on.
Well, exactly, like I say, this is the reseller therapy session here.
Yeah, and it does, and just coming on talking to people, and you know, it just makes me feel so much better. Do you know what I mean? Especially like I say, nearly 200 messages I've had on that video.
That's
and
amazing.
It's crazy, and there's a lot of names on there that say I'll never comment, but you know,
there's so many people who won't comment on stuff, and then you'll find that, I don't know, if you've got a problem with reselling or just a problem with anything else, all of a sudden you get pinged a message. You're like, oh wow, I didn't even know these people were out there.
All these new names coming up and just going, look, really sorry to hear about it, and I'm at least glad you and your family are okay and all that. And I'm like, I didn't important. Even, and they're saying I'm a subscriber, but like obviously never commented. I never usually comment, but this sort of got me.
I see Nick's in the chat. He's saying that if it happened when, you know, with Monty, he would have helped take the gear to the car, which is...
Well, I don't know what happened with my two divvy dogs, because like I say, they go off at everything and they kick off when I walk through the door. So, like, I don't know what happened, but, you know, it is what it is. Oh, Junie Star as well. Yeah, really beautiful. Junie sent a star.
I saw that. You kept calling it a heart, though.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, that's why.
Even when you were holding it.
Yeah, I kept. Yeah, I know, what a divvy. But like, I always do that. And my mum went, "It's a heart. It's the star, not a heart."
You don't know,
Mum. And like, if you watch the video, I put on there a star.
Yeah.
Like, because I can't be bothered to re-record things, so I just highlight my mistakes.
But yeah, that was lovely. That little
beautiful. That set me off, and
I thought it might.
Yeah, and it did, and it really it was a bit of light in all the dark. That was a nice bit of thing, and it made me think. You know, that's sort of started me thinking that we just got to make it as good a Christmas as we can now, because like it's
exactly.
Nice
I mean, are you kind of not working at the moment? You know, in terms of the reselling, have you put your shop?
Well, I'm trying to, but every time I go to do something, you know, I've been struggling for the last 5 months, and I have been listing stuff, but I just need to. I haven't proper listed for that 5 months really, and I should be.
I mean, that's the beauty of. I mean, people go into reselling for different reasons, and there are some people go into it thinking, I want to make loads of money, and you know, some people who just want the actual flexibility of being able to sort of go, or you know, sometimes I want to really go for it, and other times there might be other priorities, and I'm certainly in that camp. You know, if there's priorities regarding my family or just, you know, life in general, I'll go, well, you know, the whole point I did this was not to get stressed out and switch off from work and start, you know, being able to focus on things that matter.
That's why you've got to remember why you do it full time in the first place.
Yeah.
You know,
that's the thing. I started it. Obviously, I was made furloughed, and I enjoyed it like everyone else. You get into it because you enjoy it, but it's just the last 5 months have been really difficult, and battling with that, and James has been amazing, absolutely amazing, because he voice calls me and message and video calls me every day. Right, lad, what we doing? Are we going to get listing and all this? And whether I do or whether I don't, he's there supporting me, whether I do or whether I don't. And I'm going, yep, I'm going to do it. I mean, I've got a TV and video set up here, and it's been set up for the past week and so.
Yeah, that does look familiar.
Yeah, to get video. The thing is, I've done the drafts. I've just got to switch it all on and take the photos and that. And it's just like, when
I know exactly where you're coming from.
And daily stuff takes over, and like, just simple things like that, I'm not getting it done.
It's not unusual, as Tom Jones says, but you know, for me to just think, oh, I must do that, and then like 2 weeks later, I'm like, Christ, is that still there? It's unbelievable. Which, you know, I do try and get things like the things I don't want to do. I try and do them, you know, first thing in the morning, but it doesn't always happen like that. And like I say, I've taken my foot off the gas for the last sort of like couple of weeks. I'll just say hello to some people in the chat. So Nick's popped in, William James is in, Antoinette Daly's, probably loads of people. Adrian's in, Mr. Diggs, good to see you. Who was he wishing happy birthday to the other day? He's always coming up with birthday messages.
It was Ian's birthday.
That's right, yeah. Stig, little Stig. Yeah, I saw that picture of little Stig.
Yeah, it's quite cool.
What does he say? The only thing that's got bigger is his helmet. For now. Ashley's in, Ashley Carruthers. Laney's in. Good to see you, Laney. Hope you're all right. Funky Neil. Yes, we are a gorgeous trio. You're quite right. No, I think you're right to take it a little bit easy though, and just, you know, up to Christmas, try and, you know, come to terms with what happened, and that's going to be difficult, but just, you know, enjoy your Christmas and
I'm gonna, and I'm not gonna let it bother me, like I say. And I'm just thinking now that, you know, I'm not the type of person that let people beat me down, or you know, I was quite enjoying doing Vlogmas. You know, like you say, it's not easy getting a video out every day, but I haven't been getting any reselling content out really, so like it shouldn't be that difficult. But you know, sometimes just getting up and getting through the day is difficult for me at the moment. So you know,
you got to do. You know, if you feel you can do it one day, and it's just going to be a little sort of like 2 minute, 5 minute thing, do it. And if you don't feel like doing it,
the problem with me is I'm like a dog with a bone. If I'm going to do it, and although I'm angry about what happened, now I'm more peed off that, you know, I really sort of threw in the towel because of some idiot.
Yeah,
and it's like now I've got the bit in my teeth, and I'm thinking, oh, I'm just going to get on with it. You know,
I will tell those crummy jokes.
Yeah, I'll show them.
I see James is it's JR Reselling, who everyone's sub to. I know, Richard, you've been trying to get him up and up and up, because he's fantastic channel what he does. He's been doing the Vlogmas every day.
Yep.
He's well on
like
it.
I say, he's been brilliant to me, because like, I mean, you know, he'd never even been on YouTube, and then he came on my live. I put the stream thing in, and he came on. How long
have you kind of known him for, you know, in terms
must
of...
be getting on for a year. It's getting on for a year now. Because I think I had Bill on, and then I think James came on. He'd never been on, and like he'd only just started watching reselling videos, and because
he's only just started doing reselling full time.
He's just gone full time. Yeah,
about a month ago or something.
Which is, you know, I feel like a bit of a proud dad when he says, "Oh, I started watching you, and that's what got me into it." And I'm like, "Oh, okay," you know.
Well,
you know.
I mean, that's that old "you're to blame." You know, so many people say that
but
about Nick Hills.
He's
Nick
absolutely Hills smashing it. Absolutely smashing it. He's listing. He's getting, you know, he had £1,000 week the other week, and it's like I can see from him himself that, you know, because he suffered depression for his own reasons, and like, you know, he hated the job he was doing, like all of us, and he's smashing it. He's smashing it. He gets me whinging in his ear every day, and I'm going, oh, this, that, and the other. And like, he's always, as like I say, he's on the phone to me every day, like voice calling or video calling and saying, "Come on, right, what we're going to do today?" I said, "Well, I'm just packing my bits, and then I'm going to get on with all this listing." And he went, "Okay, that's good. Like, I'll chat to you while we're
He's
doing
like
it."
Mr. Motivator, isn't he?
He is. He's crazy. He's got ADHD, and he's not afraid to say it. He's got ADHD, and like he's just. I wished I had half his energy because, like, he's just.
I mean, how did you get chatting to him in the first place, though? Because it's like he's
Well,
up in Lancashire. You're down on the south coast.
I put my stream link in.
Yeah, and he just rocked up.
And he just rocked up, and he said, "I've never been on YouTube before." It's on.
And then you couldn't shut him up.
Yeah, and like we were just talking.
Yeah.
And I just said, right. I said, have you got a channel? He said, well, I've got JR reselling set up just to watch videos or whatever and that. And so like we did, and it just started from there. And like he said, oh, I've been watching you, and thinking about starting reselling, and then he started part time. And like I say, now he's making sure that he's listing sort of a couple of £100 a day is his limit. He's listing that much on eBay every day,
and his sales are
reflecting it. His sales are reflecting it, and he's finding new streams, and he's just so resourceful. He's just, I said to him, I don't know, you're 10 times better than I ever was.
Yeah,
100 times better.
Well, I mean,
I'm rubbish. I said, I'm not even, I say I'm not just a reseller. I'm not a reseller because the last 5 months, I would have done, I haven't really been.
But I mean, he's focused there on one of the main things you have to do as a reseller. I mean, you can talk about promotions or this, that, and the other, but the fact is, if you're listing if he's doing like £200 a day consistently every day, that is definitely going to feed through. I mean, I do less than that actually. I'd try and do a minimum of 150. And if you're pricing it at a reasonable price and you're doing that every single day, you will end up with good sales.
He's doing brilliant.
No question about
he's doing absolutely amazing. I say, really now I'm learning from him because
exactly.
He just does, and he's got the motivation, and he's out there, and he's up early in the morning, he's doing this, he's doing that.
Yeah.
And I'm thinking, I'm tired, I'm knackered just watching you, talking to you. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, no, I know exactly what you mean. I mean, I've seen
Danny
people
Glover says in Lethal Weapon, I'm too old for this shit.
No, I know what you mean. But then again, I mean, it's like what I say about different people go into it for different reasons, and maybe he's I don't want to speak for him, but maybe he is more like I really am going to hit this hard and make a real success of it. Yeah. Whereas, I mean, I've worked for like 25 years, and so I've got 25 years of working, so it's kind of like a less of I want to go and really work at it, more of a I want to be in control of the work I do. Like I said, when I feel like really going at it, I will. But if I want to take my foot off the pedal, I've got no qualms about doing that at all. And if my numbers go down, and I see other people posting like X, Y, and Z numbers, it's good for them. But to really, it doesn't affect what I do because
no. So it's like I go to him, oh, you don't want to be phoning me every day and my miserable moaning and that, and like I'm not getting anything done. But it doesn't affect him. He's like a machine.
Yeah.
Whether
it could be that he makes him feel good.
We're supposed to be sort of egging each other on, and he's just like egging me on, and there's no. I'm sorry, I just noticed a bit broken under that telly. But he's just a beast. He's just an absolute beast. And like I say, he's done more videos on his channel since ever since he's been doing Vlogmas, because he didn't have many before. And
anyone who's not subbed to JR Reselling, do drop him a sub. I mean, I feel like I'm always.
He's on Dave Keefe's. He's on Dave Keefe's ABL Reselling. He's on his live tonight.
Oh, is he on there? Yeah, he's got a great channel as well. Because I mean, I think I subbed to him maybe about a month ago, and again,
Dave's brilliant.
He's very good.
He loves coming on the lives.
No, really, really good.
He likes a Saturday night live. He says it's the best thing he's ever been on.
It's funny because you two just seem to, you seem to do be a double act.
And that's the thing. Since we've met, like I invited James onto one of the Saturday night lives because as I'd already said, I already decided I was going to do it because there was nothing on Saturday, and since he's been coming on there, like, you know, he was only supposed to come on 1 week, and then, like I say, we just bounced off each other so well. I just thought, this is, you know, we just crack on.
Yeah.
We just crack on and then get other guests on, and we do the quizzes, and we do Would I Lie to You, and we do this, that, and the other.
So
You
much
know,
sort of effort goes into it, though, and you can tell that, you know.
Well, yeah, because my my wife says, oh, well, I might as well go to bed. You've been down there 3 hours. I'm like, I thought you was only doing it for an hour and a half, and I'm like, well, yeah, but sometimes things.
Oh, you did one the other day. You had John on, didn't you? Bum Reseller on, and you
John's
said,
another one. He said anytime you want me on, he loves coming on there.
Yeah,
and that's the nice thing when there's.
But when you said you'd gone on, because I'd watched a bit and then gone and had my dinner and come back, and I was like, oh, you're still on? You've been on? I think you were on for like 3 hours or something. And then you said you were actually chatting afterwards, like off.
Yeah, it was gone 2 o'clock in the morning by the time we finished chatting. It was crazy.
But it's
and
good.
They could have chatted on, and they could have gone on, like John and Dave could have, like, I think they could have chatted for England, but like I was so knackered. I just, because it is tiring. It is tiring because you've got to keep up with all the chat, and I don't like missing anyone's comments. And it's like, you know, it's just I love it. I love it.
No,
I
it's
love
good.
the interaction of it, and you know, I mean, I've been really down before I've gone on, and we've been in the back. You know, we've been in the back bit, and you know, I said to James, I'm really not feeling too good. I'm not going to put a false front on, and then, but once 5 minutes in, it's like you forget about it. And it's my therapy.
Well, I've had that. I mean, on a Monday, I've had times where like, oh God, do I really want to? You know, if I wasn't doing, if this wasn't a regular thing, I wouldn't come on, and I'd probably like not do much work, and you know, just not bother. But the fact that, you know, okay, well, I do it once a week, and I'm glad.
I always missed not doing the Saturday Night Live last week.
Yeah, I'm always glad I've done it. Always glad.
You know, we were in Brighton at a nice restaurant, and then we went to see the show, and I was sat there thinking, oh, I could be on the Saturday Night Live now.
Live from Brighton. I lived in Brighton for 3 years, so it's quite funny seeing that. Yeah,
I love it. We went to the Salt Room for dinner.
Yeah.
And then we went to see a show, which actually it was a bit of a con because it was a show that I bought her before first lockdown for her birthday. So although we went out for a meal for mine, the show was her present. But it was good. It was good. We had a great time. And then the next day we went to Old Thorns. It's like a golf spa hotel. It's an amazing place, beautiful, beautiful place. Yeah. And we went there for a night and that, and it was amazing. Fantastic. And then we come back. We get burgled.
Yeah, well, there you go.
You couldn't write it. You couldn't write it. If I'd done a book,
always look on the bright side of life.
Fairy tales.
Does it take you long to drive down there then from Littlehampton?
What, to Old Thorns?
Down to Brighton.
Oh, 25, 30 minutes.
Oh, is that all? I thought it was further than that for some reason. It's because, I mean, whenever I go down to Brighton, I go one way, and if I'm going to Littlehampton, I go the other way. But I don't think I've ever been between the two. So
it's not far.
Yeah,
not far at all. I like popping over there and going around the lanes. I like the lanes.
Yeah, the lanes are brilliant. Absolutely love them. Right, who else we got in? Better keep up with the chat. It's just everyone saying hello to everyone else. So, Monkey Thrift is in. Hello, Pete. Ian Vintage is in. Andrea M. All the usual suspects. Queenie Conquest. Good to see you. Oliver Ian. I hope you're all doing well. Like I say, if anyone wants to sort of come in the chat, I don't know how long I'll keep going. Actually, probably not too long. But do drop us a note if you want to pop in. I'll pop a link in the chat. Like I say, I was a little bit brave. Just I don't think I've ever put.
It's always a bit worrying, isn't it, when you drop a link?
Chat link out. Normally, I just might put it to a Facebook group or something, or just direct. But
I mean that's the thing. At least if they're backstage, like you can check them out, and if you know they are, let you know they are. And then
I've watched a few where I've seen people and they put like a link in the chat, and then someone will come on and within 2 minutes F-bomb or something like that. It's like, oh, great.
It's like,
it's not particularly about the monetization, but like if someone just doesn't like that sort of thing,
there's a lot of people that I mean, say something. Sometimes I've got people on Saturday Night Live, and after they've had a couple of drinkies, it's like a few F-bombs come out. But I try not to. Yeah, and I swear like a trooper. when the camera's off and I'm at home doing normal stuff, my wife says
No,
you swear too much. I can't help it. I worked on building sites most of my life, so
it's like you have your camera. It's like you have your phone voice. You have your camera persona, don't you?
I'm the same as
weird.
I am. I'm just like, it's just that what comes out my mouth's a lot different.
Yeah. Think one thing, say another.
Yeah.
VW Audi Breaker saying, "Stay positive, Rich." Yes.
Thank you, mate.
Everybody stay positive. I probably there's other people who've got things going on, and that's what you've got to do: stay positive.
Yeah,
isn't it?
and I say there's people out there that got worse things happening, and I'm known for being positive. So like that's what the overall thing for me is. I am a positive person, and I like to radiate that to other people. That's a lot of the stuff that I'm known for, is being positive and being honest. I sit on here and cry. I can't help it. It's just who I am.
I mean, the thing I love, and and you get it with other channels as well, is the sometimes brutal honesty, and you can't beat being honest and having someone come on and beat about what's going on in their life or what's going on in their reselling. If someone comes on, go, "Oh God, my sales are crap," or something's happened, and it's all going on, I'm not too sure. I'd much rather have that than someone come on and say, "I'm going to tell you how to resell. Here's the secrets." Because
or come on and make sure, make everything, the world is wonderful and it's all full of rainbows and unicorns. I mean, that's why I do it, because that's why I wear my heart on my sleeve, because I want, like I always say, I want other people to know that if they're suffering or going through anything, you can talk to people. Do you know what I mean? Have a cry. It's no bad thing if you have a cry, whether you're a man or a woman. It doesn't matter. At the end of the day, I always say I'm contactable. You can get in touch with me. Don't suffer in silence. If it stops one person being down,
you're gonna be swamped now by people saying.
I say it on all my videos and all the lives, and
you do, because every time you say that, I think, oh, maybe I'll just drop him a message.
Just send the messages. It's fine. It's fine.
But no, I mean that's the way to go, isn't it? I mean, reselling is ups and downs. It's not a consistent thing, and life isn't a consistent thing. And you have good days and you have bad days, and like I say, you got to deal with it all.
Yeah, 100%.
Right, I think I may well, since we've just gone over an hour, and I know my kids are around doing homework and stuff, and my wife will be wondering where the hell I am. I think I will end the stream. I could talk for ages. I've got a message saying if you're on in about 3 hours' time now, I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to be a bit much.
I always said to James, I'm not doing 3, 4, 5 hours. I can't do it. And then we're going to limit it to an hour and a half. Start 7:30, finish at 9. But sometimes it just flows so well, and people just want to talk. So I just let it carry on.
Okay, well, thanks everyone in the chat for coming in. Do check out. I'm going to
and thanks to everybody for the love and the messages. And all that. I really appreciate.
Let me see if everything. I can put in that GoFundMe. I know you probably don't want me to, Richard, but I'm going to see if I can.
It just makes my skin crawl, mate. I'm just, like I say, I'm just not a person that likes to I say it took a lot for me to ask for help for my brother's memorial, but I wanted something there.
Well, I mean, it is unfortunately the rules that if you are a reseller, you have to put up with the generosity of the reseller community and in spirit and and everything else. So let me put that there. Has that worked? I don't know if that's worked. Oh, yes, it has worked. So let me put that. So who was it who set that up? It was Robin.
Eames. I think it is it Eames. I think it's Kath Eames.
I didn't know whether it was Erms or Eames.
I think it's Kath Eames.
Kath Eames, yeah.
Kathy, isn't she?
Kathy?
Yeah,
Kathy. I thought it was. Yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, everyone's just lovely, and it's just like it's just like I say, I'm sort of.
We're showing you the love.
I know, but it's just hard sometimes. It's like I'm giving it out.
Yeah, well, it's good to have you on, Richard, and
thank you, mate.
Good to see that. You see, you're angry yesterday, and you're probably still angry.
you're still angry, but like you got to smile through it. You got to smile through it. There's no point in getting depressed. And let's say a big thing of mine is like, doesn't matter what's happening, you know, stay positive and
stay positive.
Like, there's always people out there that talk about it, which is why I've come on here, you know, because bad stuff does happen, and I'm not going to let it beat me for more than a few hours. At the end of the day, I'm still positive. No one was hurt, and that's the main thing. Things can be replaced. Right. Things can be replaced. People can't. So
exactly. All right. Well, you take care. Derek's been listening while we've been chatting. He's probably listed. He's probably listed
monster
thousands of pounds.
Yeah, do you want my login details, my eBay, and if I send you the photos, you can do my listings.
Oh, that'd be nice.
No, I've got enough of my own to do. Got loads to do.
Thanks for coming on, Derek.
No problem.
Hopefully chat to you soon. And everyone in chat, thanks for coming in and spending the time. And see if I can do a Vlogmas tomorrow, but don't hold me to that. Don't hold me to that. Right. Take care.
See you later.
See ya.